We all know Giannis, but did you know he also has a brother? Thanasis is considered as one of the worst NBA players ever, with many criticizing him for missing easy layups, turning the ball over, and just generally being a terrible player. However, there is a secret skill that many of these haters are missing, and it's the reason why he's in one of the best NBA teams in the league together with his brother. You see, there are many more players like Thanasis out there with this secret skill. Championship winning teams like the Nuggets, Warriors, and Heat all have had players similar to Thanasis at one point. But what is the secret skill? Well, to understand this, we need to dive deeper into the dynamic of teams. Most NBA teams now have two superstar level players. Take the Bucks with Damian Lillard and Giannis. Their role within the team is to win games through their elite talent. The other three starters are usually made up of two shooters, players that make it difficult for the defenders to provide help on the superstars, making it easier for the superstars to score. The fifth starter is usually a screener, rebounder, and rim protector, but in today's NBA, these players are also shooters. Generally, teams will also have a player like Thanasis, a veteran leader, someone who has
been in every situation, damn near.
As a veteran leader, Thanasis' job is to not only provide positive energy, but to also provide tactical information.
When coach is coming out with the plays, always comes to the bench and talk to everybody like our coverage, how we should attack them.
You saw this on last year's championship-winning Nuggets. Jeff Green, known by Nuggets players as Uncle Jeff, was the Nuggets veteran leader. In his words, his job was
to curse everyone out.
Whilst this type of leadership is incredibly valuable, what he did after losing Game 2 of the finals was even more valuable. While he tried to downplay it, Jeff invited the Nuggets over to his house for dinner and to watch film. While casual fans may not understand the impact of holding a dinner and confine Jeff Green to just being a washed-up veteran due to his stat line, these acts are what keep a team together. Without this dinner, who knows what could have happened in the finals. Not only does Jeff bring the team together,
family on three, 1, 2, 3,
but his years and years of experience give him unique insights into the game. He's played with Hall of Famers like KD and LeBron, and you can hear him passing this knowledge on to the next generation of players throughout the game.
Look where you at. You're trying to drive at the elbow, so you got all this space here. So bait him up to go back baseline. Because it's wide open.
These veteran leaders aren't worrying about fighting for minutes or earning their contracts. The NBA has a secret way of ensuring these veteran leaders are always present on teams too, but more on that later. Because of this, veteran leaders have time to get to know every player on their roster, how they react to feedback, how they like to be coached, and what makes them fired up. Udonis Haslem is the most well-known veteran leader, and
he had time enough and the patience to really go to every single person, build that equity with them.
By knowing each player, Udonis knows exactly how to guide and help them during their career. A great example of this was during Bam Adebayo, a now two-time All-Star with 2 finals appearances for the Miami Heat. During his rookie season, was getting very limited minutes. Bam didn't even play in 9 of his first 20 games, and when he did, he only averaged 12 minutes.
That I wasn't used to.
Coming from Kentucky, one of the biggest college basketball schools in America, Bam expected more. But Udonis, thanks to his experience, helped Bam remain focused.
He used to have to talk me off that cliff because I used to be ready to hurt Spo. Yeah, because I wanted to play, and Spo wouldn't play me.
Another huge reason for having Udonis is
obviously he ready to fight,
which is super important for situations such as Giannis going crazy, chasing the opposing Indiana Pacers players down the tunnel into their locker room over apparently stealing the game ball, leading the Pacers to bring back James Johnson. A lot of people thought this was just because James Johnson is a karate black belt and holds a combined 27-0 record in kickboxing and MMA, and while this is a huge reason that we're going to dive into shortly, James Johnson acts as an older brother to a lot of the young Pacers players.
I mean, I went to JJ for everything. He was pretty much like the big brother to everybody. Everything that I went through, he went through, or he went through it at some form.
But of course, being an enforcer is another huge reason for signing a veteran leader. Someone that causes players to second guess trying to hurt the opposing team superstar. During Game 5 of the 2012 Eastern Conference semifinals, Miami vs Indiana, Tyler Hansbrough, the Pacers big man, fouled Miami superstar Dwayne Wade hard, and then high-fived his teammate to celebrate the big hit. This set Udonis off.
Now the decision is made. I'm f***ing somebody up.
And a few plays later, this happened.
George with the back door for Hansbrough took a shot
Udonis sent a clear message. If you mess with my superstar, I'm gonna mess with you. Now imagine Miami didn't sign Udonis and a player did this to their superstar. Without someone like Udonis to retaliate, they know they can do it again and again, which could cause injury or cause the superstar to play poorly for fear of getting injured. Before we dive into the secret reason NBA teams sign these players and why Thanasis is so important for the Bucks' success, let's look at a more tactical veteran leader. While this clip has become somewhat of a meme on NBA Twitter, it has a great backstory.
So what happened was Boston is setting picks on him constantly. They trying to get him off Tatum. Right. The first couple games, he was getting through the screens. And in that particular game, that was game 3. We lost game 3. He was accepting the switch. Right. And I'm telling Wiggs, don't get hit by no more picks. Somebody set a pick, run through him or go around him.
The thing I love about this clip so much is Steve Kerr. He knows what Andre is going to say and allows him to say it, knowing full well how much more it means to Wiggins coming from his teammate. And whilst many fans just think that the veteran leadership role is useless, despite NBA teams thinking the opposite and valuing these players highly, the story gets even crazier. Why? Because the NBA itself actually pays these veteran leaders. The NBA pays for over half of the salary of all players signed to a veteran minimum contract, which is the contract that all the players we discussed, including Thanasis, are signed to. The NBA does this to incentivize teams to sign these veteran leaders, because as you know and understand, they are incredibly valuable. But despite this, the NBA has a huge problem. Teams like the Pistons and Wizards have horrific win-loss records, with the Pistons setting an NBA record with 27 losses in a row. Players are also doing crazy things off the court, with some even getting jail time. The crazy thing is, all these teams have one thing in common: no veteran leadership. And with veterans like Andre Iguodala and Udonis Haslem retiring, the NBA might have a veteran leadership problem very, very soon. So apart from saving money and guiding younger players, why else would the Bucks sign Thanasis? Thanasis, like Giannis mentioned, brings great positive energy to the Bucks. I mean, just look how he celebrated Dame's game winner. You can see him on the bench mimicking Dame's form. While some have called this meat riding, you can just tell how much he truly cares about all his teammates and seeing them succeed. While you might think this is a terrible reason to sign someone, the NBA ultimately is a job. NBA players spend so much time with each other, so having a guy in the locker room that keeps the mood positive is so important. Imagine you work with two different people. They both bring the same level of skill to the table, but one is 19 and constantly negative, and the other one is 31 and is always seen smiling, giving compliments, and making your time at work that much easier. I know who I would rather work with. So Thanasis, for a very small investment from the Bucks front office, provides extreme value to the Bucks, therefore he is an incredible player for them. Is he going to win you games directly through his talent and skill? No. Is he going to indirectly help you win games by being a great person, providing positive energy, feedback, and being someone players can go to for help? Yes. Is that important? Yes. What do you think about Thanasis and the role of veteran leaders? Do you think it's important to have 1 or 2 vet leaders on your team, or would you rather see their spots be filled with young guys? Make sure you let me know below. Also, who do you think should win MVP this year? At this stage, I believe it should be Luka, but he receives so much hate in the media, so if he does win, he might end up being the most hated MVP ever. Check out my reasonings for this by clicking here.